I got ultra rare. Let's go.
Dude, why is this kid just
Let's go.
We're keeping it casual today.
All right. Well, Dico, let's go. Get us started.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Let It Ride. Your co-host, Brandon.
And I'm Cam Jermaine. You know the vibes.
And we are lucky enough to have a magnificent guest over here in Jack Murray. You might see John up there, but that is
first appearance of John Murray on the Let It Ride pod.
First appearance number 0001.
Fix that up.
All right, Jack.
I'm here. Boys, how are we doing?
Mike.
Nice to see you.
Oh, wow. Jack did provide the mic. Does Jack have one of those mics as well?
I think Deco is actually using Jack's mic and Jack's using Deco for purpose. But yeah, we all got mic setups here. So
yeah, speak for yourself. So if I sound the worst, it's not because it's my voice. It's because I'm lacking the audio equipment that my co-host and guest have.
it could be because he just woke up 10 minutes ago too.
Also could be that. But moving on, Jack.
I'm excited to be here.
Tell us a little bit about yourself, quick background, so the fans know.
Absolutely. Just to expand on the mic situation, I live with Brandon. I've been living with Brandon for 5 years now because we both attended Bentley University together and graduated in the same class. From the same hometown as you guys, Latham, New York. Shaker High School grad, of course. Was a soccer player, adverse to the basketball combo you guys got together on, and a little baseball with Deco as well. So pretty active in the sports world, soccer player at Bentley. But I've always been a very big Marvel guy. So as we move into talking about VeVe and the collectible side of things today, that's kind of the main point I'll bring from my youth. Is I was always a big Marvel fan. I went to see the first Iron Man in theaters with my grandfather. So
wow, I didn't know that. That's sick.
The MCU is very prominent in my life, Disney Plus and everything. So when you guys came around with the collectibles, and obviously NFTs are expanding and growing everywhere beyond just this realm, felt like an opportunity you couldn't miss. But we'll touch on that as we keep going. So that's a little introduction.
All right.
Cam, you want to engage there with that first question that you had desperately wanted?
Yeah, absolutely. So Jack, obviously me and Deco been in. I mean, we got into Omi, I think, in like March, April. I think we got into the collectible side too late, still kicking ourselves for that. But I think we got in like September. When did you get in exactly, or roughly, I guess? And then what was the kind of turning point? Because there was a phase where you knew about it but weren't in. And then something kind of pushed you over the edge, or the FOMO got too high. So just talk about that a little bit.
Your first collectible.
Absolutely. So I feel like I've known about VeVe just as long as you guys, because all I have heard for the past 3 months is you guys talking on FaceTime about it in the room next door. So I've kind of been clued in as to its existence for a while. I just didn't really ever, I've never been much of an investor. Obviously, we're business school, so that's we're all kind of thinking, where's the monetary benefit? Besides just the fact that the collectibles and the comics are cool. So I was never really the first person to be like, well, I need to get my money into a appreciating asset.
A Singapore-based cryptocurrency project. I mean, Chico calling.
So that was kind of because you said you got into Omi first, so that was where it started. So that's kind of had not piqued my interest. But then as the collectibles and the Marvel, I just remember sitting around the kitchen island and Brandon being like, dude, they have a Marvel contract. Like they're coming out with all this stuff. And I'm looking right now on my phone because I actually got my first comic drop that I participated in.
You got the first one you were in? Wow, I thought you were cold for a little while. Okay, I didn't know that.
Tales of Suspense 57, The Power of Iron Man, I think that's what it is. Yeah.
You got the Black Widow drop?
This is the first appearance of Black Widow, right?
No, it was Hawkeye.
Hawkeye. Okay, so the other Tales of Suspense is
Hawkeye drop.
So that timeline is I guess 4 weeks ago now with Hawkeye coming out. So
okay.
I've been in.
Yeah, we are all avid followers of the Marvel everythings. So anything Marvel produces, we consume. Cam,
Pretty
did you
much.
get around to watching Hawkeye yet?
I did. Yeah, I did see episode 4. When did I see that? I think I saw that Thursday night. Yeah, it was sick. I mean, I hated that I knew what was going to happen in the end, but like, it was still
You're a spoiler king, so
Watching this.
I can't. I never had something spoiled for me on Facebook before. I thought that was a safe zone, but now I know at least. But I don't know, Deco, what do you got for Jack?
how's your initial, kind of first experiences been? Any kind of things you wish were better? I don't know if you've sat in on any of the AMAs. I'm assuming not.
There haven't
But-
been too many since he started, right? I think there's only been the one, or was there 2? Was there one or mid-November that he could have caught? Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, but in general, VeVe,
Start.
the leaders of VeVe are pretty receptive to the community
Feedback.
and
Mhm.
people. So if you had some kind of things that you would say to them, what do you think that would be, and how would you improve your experience?
Well, I think first and foremost, getting involved. It took a little while to get. It's obviously, I don't know if it's not a relatively new app, but as it's not like a well-oiled perfect machine like an Instagram app is. So there's a little bit, the market's down for 30 minutes before and after the drops, and maneuvering is a little weird. When you search, you don't exactly search everything. Excuse me, I'm a little phlegmed up. Trying to isolate like where you're trying to find comic books, or if you're looking for a particular thing, just kind of get used to it, like you get used to with anything. And I think for me, the early on issues, and I guess I still kind of have it, is I have really no perception of the market. And I think that's kind of a lot of new people's issue, most likely, because same with like stocks, like I don't know when to buy or sell, but I know if I buy and I hold, it's gonna go up, right? So that's kind of the hope. But you guys have been talking, and I've kind of been more looking to get into and understand how you guys buy things and sell things. And you bought 5 of an Ultimate Spider-Man or whatever it was because you knew they were going to go up. So that's where I think more information would be useful as to like, is it just learning the market and learning how it works? Is it learning what actually does go up in value? Is there times when stuff goes up and times when things go down? If a drop's coming of a similar person, is it going to affect the drop for the Spider-Man from last week because they're doing Spidey drops right now because of Far From Home coming out? It was more just how the market works, and I think it's easy to say, oh, I'm into these drops, and I'm like, you can easily make money because most drops floor price, even the worst common, is going to sell for $9.50 or whatever, more than $6.99.
Yeah.
Not making money. It's more, okay, if I wanted to move beyond just trying to get drops and flipping or trying to get drops and holding, would I be profitable in the marketplace and in the VeVe collectibles?
I think Cam and I just really kind of got into that in this last month or so.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, because we were too scared. Because again, we weren't really sure either.
Especially with the new Omi the Clown Vault Eco My Wiki. It's really helpful.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's.
But we also have more kind of clear goals of like, all right, we're going to try and build sets of the collectibles. We know that comics are kind of just an asset of like, all right, if we get a cool one, we can flip it to probably buy a collectible at this point, because no, there's not really too much reward for building like a comic book set. There's more reward for building a collectible set. As far as I know, I could be wrong, but so there's obviously more incentive to do that. And then we know, and we kind of have this idea of like, all right, we're going to probably hold comics of first appearances of characters long term. And any other cool one we get that's going to have money, like we're probably just going to sell it.
Yeah. I mean, aside from what are we doing? First appearance, Comic-Con exclusive, convention exclusive, whatever they were doing, decon exclusives.
Right.
Those are the comics. Those are the collectibles that we've kind of been focusing on.
Right.
Aside from obviously the Spider-Man content. Cam, what's our first rule?
Yeah. First rule is never sell Spider-Man content. I think that the 1A
rule.
rule. Yeah. 1A rule is sort of, if you have an exception for a medical concern or you need to buy more Spider-Man content. So Jack already violated that rule, but it's for this Voltron drop today. So I'm going to let it slide because it's an expensive one today, $60 drop. So
Today is December 11. We do have drop at 11 a.m. Voltron anime, not really sure what exactly Voltron is, but Jack did a little research. Looks pretty cool.
I think what we should do is I'm obviously we won't be on here till 11. But I think it would be cool if we hop back on here at like 10:58, do a live drop.
This video is including with us all trying to get the drop for sure.
Yeah, 100%, and then put it back in because I think obviously it'd be a long time to have this going for 35 more minutes. But I think that would be cool to add on like a little, like I don't even know, prologue.
Not to mention I only have the 40-minute free Zoom, so.
Right. Oh yeah, right. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. All right, Jack. What questions would you have? Us. Let's call us the quote unquote experts that we're not, but
you do know more than I do.
How did what'd Steph do last night?
Steph didn't play.
I'm gonna get it out because I feel like
Are they playing tonight?
Yeah, they're playing in Philly tonight. I should still think about going.
He needs 10 threes though.
Needs 10. Yeah. No, I don't know. It might happen. It might not. I don't know.
All right. So I did want to ask how you guys kind of got started. You said with Omi it was kind of April, and I'm guessing I can kind of do a little connect the dots that it was the Omi interest that kind of led into VeVe, and then it was like, oh hey, Marvel Disney, you guys were completely sunken at that point.
Cam, it's probably a good question for you here.
Yeah, so I discovered only because I mean it's such a like stupid story. Anybody, if I told somebody that I invested thousands of dollars after seeing what I saw, I essentially just saw this poker player, Joe Ingram. You might know him, Jack. Honestly, he if you saw him, you'd be like, oh yeah, no, that guy runs a podcast. He's like well known social media wise, I guess, for poker community. But he posted about this little Omi token. And then, like, you know, I see like I click on it and I see all the responses of, oh, Omi, $1, all these meme coin, like $5, like it's going to go to the moon, blah, blah, blah. So I like just look into it. And like, I see like, I'm like, all right, what is Omi? I see it's short for Ecomi, which is the digital collectible company based out of Singapore. And I'm like, okay, like that sounds cool. And that was kind of when I knew what Top Shot was. And my understanding was like, all right, so basically it's similar to Top Shot. And it has its own crypto. And I was like, okay. And at that point I was like, okay. And they have this app. And I'm like, at that time, I think I only knew they were affiliated with DC, which I was like, all right, that's kind of enough for me. And then I was just like, all right, like, let's just test the waters with Omi. And then, you know, so I tell Deco, I'm like, I have no idea how to buy it. I actually knew about it for a little bit, was trying to figure it out by myself. By then it hit the all-time high, which where we buy at, unfortunately, but that's all right. It goes down 90%. We buy along the way to kind of dollar cost average. And then along the way, we kind of see like, all right, their Twitter account's following the Marvel page. So they're probably going to be with Marvel. That's when we're like, yo, if we can get some Marvel stuff, that'd be kind of cool. And then we just finally got the app and we're like, all right, let's mess around. And then we just got hopelessly, I think it's still an addicting app. Like it really is addicting.
We got stuck like, since we are just huge Marvel people, as you know, it's like we started seeing Marvel content. We're like, holy crap, buy. Right. And then they release something else and it just looks cool. And I'm like, I guess I'll buy that too.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
And at that point, you could pretty much get what any drop you wanted. You were pretty much. I missed, I think, like one drop in my first 3 months of.
Yeah, I was gonna say from August to pretty much, I'd say like late October, we weren't missing. We weren't missing. I was at the office, at my work office, which has like terrible Wi-Fi connection. I was able to get like a limited edition 10,000 drop with the Kang. Now, if I'm at the office, I can't get a 30,000 drop. I have to leave the office every Tuesday, Thursday. So to get the comic drop, like it's so much bigger now than it was 2 months ago when I feel like I feel like we could wait like 2 seconds. Like, oh, I'll click buy now. Like,
it's like, I guess I'll get this one.
Yeah. Like,
and people back then were flipping, buying, 10, 15 collectibles off rip.
Right. Yeah, no, that's what's crazy. Yeah, in the beginning with the Batman, people would be like, I hope I get 5 Batmans this drop. Like, and they'd be like, oh, I only got 3. Like, they'd be pissed.
And then it's selling for 5K.
Right.
You guys kind of touched on a couple of the topics I was going to ask about there, so I'll try and dissect them one by one. I think it's an easy question to answer, so before we go on anything more in depth. But with the drops, I remember the first time we did one, Brandon, we were standing out in the kitchen, we're button spamming, trying to find it, right?
Yep.
You do that every time? Is there actually, like, if I'm standing there and it hits 0 and as soon as I see the buy now, I'm pressing buy now, is that too slow? I know you guys say you can be too fast. Like, Is it just you press it as fast as you can and it's a little bit of luck? Because Cam, you said you knew you were getting Doc Ock. Like, did you?
I mean, that's obviously I'm always exaggerating a little bit, but me and Dico actually go about the drops differently. But he's open to altering his strategy. I go the same way every single time. I don't like the spam. Like, I just am not comfortable with it. It's not me. I wait. Like, I count it down. I'm like, all right, 3, 2, 1. I always say 0 out loud because like it's gonna say 0, 0 where you can't buy it 0, and I just like try to get it like as quick, trying to like almost do like a deep breath to try and like time it. But there's no guarantee. Like I think I do the same thing for every drop, but I just felt great about my timing. You know,
there is no guarantee, but everyone can always click it at the same exact time. So when I'm doing the spam method, which is called a line gate.
Yeah.
Basically, you're spam. Hopefully, you're hitting it quicker than a 1 second interval, right? If you can hit it faster than 1 second, you're likely to get it when the button pops up. But that's because I don't really have any faith in my reaction time like that. Cam's got that down, but play a lot of video games, so I'm like bang, 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 bang. So I feel pretty good with that.
It hits 0 and then it pops the buy now, but there is like it's not the whole page, but there is like a bit of a buffer, like a
yes. And sometimes it moves, which I know like we gave Aram some crap for like, oh, he's just such an idiot. But no, and it's kind of unpredictable when it moves, and it moves for some people, not all. Like it's kind of hard to explain.
My first it moved. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was a female character like 2 weeks ago.
Storm, maybe?
Storm, it moved, and I was just, I don't know. I had no idea what I was doing at that point.
Yeah, but Jack, just so you're aware, now moving into the new year, that method is going to be gone forever.
Right. Yeah, they talked about that in the AMA. I didn't look at the tweet really, but that was talked about.
It's going to open up the drop. They said maybe it's going to open 5 minutes before or 5 minutes after. It'll be open 5 minutes before, and then it shuts down at it. But basically, you're going to go in, click,
raffles,
reserve, and then it's going to be a raffle, like a Yeezy drop or something like that, to make it more fair, because there's people in other countries that are having like worse connection and stuff, and it takes longer for the packets to travel and whatnot. Which I kind of really enjoyed the thrill of the spam button clicking, but there's people
but in terms of again, you can't have it double jeopardy. I've texted this to you guys. You can't wish for every drop, not want more people to join, because you need more people to join for this to go where you want it to go.
Right.
So I think in terms of the broader scale of interest, it's definitely how you should it's why Nike sneaker drops do that. If it was press the fastest button and that was the best route of getting the most people to join it, that's what Nike would do.
Right.
They get the most people in because it's equal and it's fair.
Right.
All right. So let's slide to something else you brought up. You mentioned Top Shot. I was thinking about like cyberpunks, and I think something that attracts me to VeVe is it's an actual thing. Like
the licenses.
The comic drops are based on real comics, and you can't go anywhere else really to get an NFT comic of original Spider-Man. The cyberpunks and the alien dude, whatever the heck that is, they're just like drawings and they're just digital designs. I don't understand how there's any value there. But something I notice is I find a lot of social media and public talk about NFTs very cringe. So I was curious if you guys have thought about that at all. And I know Dico says he wants to start promoting this page and anything you guys do pertaining to VeVe, but how do you do so and avoid the cringe aspect? Do you think it's because it's like a legitimate thing? Like I don't see Top Shot as the same kind of way. I see it as, okay, you're getting collectible like sports memorabilia, but it's just, there's a certain like line where it's like, I see certain people, I won't name any names, but I have to unfollow them because they spam their Twitter with just like, oh bro, look at my cyberpunk, look at this guy. It's like, dude, that is a drawing of someone that you paid $300 for. Like, I understand it's going to appreciate it. Like, I got you. There's a market, but I don't understand. And it just kind of seems like not lame, but you know what I mean? So I was just developing some ideas, and you mentioned another NFT store. So I was wondering if you guys have thought about that at all, if maybe there's something you guys have thought, maybe there's a reason that there's psychological aspect of it. I don't know. Maybe you can touch on that, but something if I'm going to get all the way in, I don't want it to be that. That makes sense.
Yeah. Dico, you want to go first on this or no?
I can give you a short, quick opinion. And for me,
All right.
what differentiated it was, yeah, the crypto punks and everything on OpenSea like that. People are, they're authentic drawings, right? And to me, they provided me with no value because I'm not interested in. There's certain things like right now. That's the whole point of like Decon, Designer Con. It's basically digital creators are, digital Van Gogh or whatever, digital. Someone is creating a digital asset that's authentic, but to me, they provide no value because I'm not interested. For me, it was really simply licenses and things that I'm interested in, which really brought me into the space. So that whole aspect of it not being quote unquote, Gary Vee calling up his friends and saying, buy my CryptoPunks.
Yeah, no, I think similar to that, like, let's just say, go back to March and April, me and Deco find this crypto called Omi, but it's linked to this NFT thing that sells just those pictures of apes and whatever. I don't think we'd get in. I'll think like if realistically, I think we'd hold the crypto maybe just because we heard it was going to be a good crypto and we threw in some money to that. But all things considered, like it's the corny cliche, invest in what you know. All right, we know Marvel, we know Disney, we know Star Trek, we know DC. Like it's all the brands that we like. And it's like end of the day, like, all right, let's just say all the NFTs go to zero. It's like, all right, well, I still think Spider-Man's kind of sick. Like obviously I don't want it to go to zero, but like I still think Spider-Man's kind of sick. Still think, Fantastic Four, Doctor Doom's kind of sick. Like it's stuff that I know, stuff that I like. And just having, being backed by Marvel and Disney, how many NFT projects are out there? Like I know Spider-Man just did the AMC thing. My buddy actually got the email for the
Really
Spider-Man. Yeah, he got it, which is kind of sick.
That's awesome.
But I just think, the licensing is 100% the biggest thing when I could be like, all right, Back to the Future, like all these cool ass things that obviously it's not the quote unquote NFT yet because you're not able to bring it anywhere. It's still closed on just VeVe. But that's obviously going to change soon with Immutable X moving forward. But again, the biggest, just the licensing. Like, come on, just being backed by such big brands with how many NFT projects there are out there, I think is pretty cool.
And going off of that point from Cam, it's like, we kind of we're in here thinking our assets or whatnot will appreciate in value, but
for sure,
if they don't, we're not like putting hundreds of thousands of dollars in here, and
right,
we're in for maybe a few $100 at this point, and
right, literally,
it's cool. We can read the comic books, which is cool. We basically have them without coloring up a bookshelf, or whatever. Collectibles are cool. The AR features are awesome.
Yeah,
we enjoy using the app. We enjoy playing around on it. So it's like, again, cliche. I invest in what I use, and I enjoy it.
Yeah, I think it'd be like last night I was at a dinner with coaches after the game. And like, I think like when that topic NFTs came up, and I think I'd have a tough time pitching them a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT that I have. Not that I'd ever have one for millions of dollars, but you know what I mean? They'd be like, that's just the dumbest thing ever. I think, and I got Spider-Man. That's stuff that they know. Like, I think it's also just more appealing to the common person, which me and Deco were. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think that's so much like, okay, Spider-Man's cool. Like, I get why that's going for some money. But yeah, so it's tough when I think it's just a picture of, whatever, a monkey or some animal that you don't, like wearing clothes. Like, it's just like, how do you sell that? But you can sell Marvel, you can sell Pokemon in the future. Like, those are, big names. So.
Jack's going to be all over that.
All over Pokemon.
Jack's a Pokemon guy. I didn't know that. All right.
That's a whole nother conversation. Once
no way.
Drop, we'll get into it. But
once Pokemon license verified, we'll have you back on.
It's over.
You get a first edition holographic Charizard.
Be the specialist, bro. You'll be like, yo, does this matter? I'll be like, no, bro. That's
that is amazing.
Pleb Pokemon right there. Okay, so you guys actually are doing a great job transitioning from question to question. I was going to talk about the end goal and timeline of events. I spoke about how I got into it. One aspect, again, like we just talked about, Marvel, DC, Disney, all of the reputable brands with the licensing agreements that make it seem like, okay, these are things I would want to have. But also the FOMO is a big aspect of it, because I know all three of us remember sitting in ninth grade or 11th grade in the cafeteria, and again, won't name names, but certain people were talking about this random thing called Bitcoin, and we all could have picked up a Bitcoin for about $1,000 or probably less at that point.
Yeah.
I think someone in this chat may have had a Bitcoin at that point, or does not have that same Bitcoin. So what's the end goal? What's the timeline of events? Where are we in the broad spectrum? If this is something, obviously not as big as Bitcoin, but if VeVe and these collectibles become a massive thing, is my common Spider-Man that's worth $20 going to be a $200 comic just because we're there? Is it just this market seems kind of reasonable? There's enough users that they're saying this is kind of what you can expect, but as it grows, more things will come involved. It will become more interactive. What's the end goal? Where are we on the timeline of events in your estimation? Because obviously you can't predict anything, but you guys seem confident. And if you don't have a reason for a stick in the game besides just the cool collectibles, you're not real. Like, what are you doing it for? So where do you think we are? Where do you think we're going? At least in your own estimation.
Going to the VeVe verse. We're going to WASD, walking into my mansion and checking out my NFTs. That's the end goal.
Right. I mean, yeah, the whole VeVe verse thing, we haven't even really touched on that in a while, just because they haven't been talking about that much. They've been more focused on the Immutable X and MTL, but
focus on the near term now. I mean, I think Cam and I both have a, conservative, or I'm saying a risky would be 3 to 5 years. Conservative, we're saying 5 to 10 years.
Right.
We're very early. This, I think this company started in like 2018.
Yeah.
But nothing was released anything until late 2020.
Right.
So we're in the early stages, where we like to think we're first adopters, but there were adopters before us. You're even you're in sub 1.5 million users right now.
Right. Yeah. So we're at 1.3 right now, I think. Right.
You're in OMI OG.
Pretty much. I mean, yeah, but I agree with the 5-year thing.
I think you might be on mute there. Something.
Got me still?
There we go.
We got you. Yeah. But no, I was just saying, yeah, I think 2025 is kind of like my earliest, like, all right, let's take a look and look back at things. But I mean, like, we can't touch anything until Pokemon's in the game. Like that's the first, like, all right, nothing's going anywhere. Like, even MTL is going to hit, let's just say earliest by the end of the year. Like, I'm not selling a thing. Like, no shot. Like, I mean, not if I need the money, yeah, sure, I'll think about it. But like, for what? I'd have no reason to sell. So yeah, like, you're muted, Jamar.
I'm not muted. I didn't touch anything.
Didn't he talk, Dico? You couldn't hear it?
I said you have a job, but
yeah, exactly. Well, obviously having a job helps, so no need to sell immediately. But yeah, no, I'd definitely say 5 years. User base is growing, but the whole VeVe-verse thing and like the metaverse concept is so obviously there are going to be other metaverses. So it'll be kind of interesting to see how this one stacks up. I think it'll be okay. I'm not going to say it's going to stay. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, it's going to be the equivalent to Facebook's metaverse. Like, I think that'd be a crazy take. You know what I mean? But I think it'll be I think it'll be in the conversation. I'd hope. So I think, and just to see where that can go, like that'd be crazy. So there's still so much unknown that it's too early to make that kind of decision.
So partially quote the COO. Someone asked in the AMA, said, do you think that VeVe will be involved in the Facebook metaverse? And his response was, yeah, I think VeVe will be I think Facebook will be involved in our metaverse. Yeah. So they think
they got some confidence behind this thing for sure.
They do have the licensing of the genius.
Yeah, their licensing guy is the guy. Their licensing officer. I don't even know what you want to call him, but he is. He's created he essentially brought Pokemon to the United States. Like, he is the reason why Pokemon exists in our country. This guy. So he's kind of a beast. He knows what's going on. So, and more brands are coming. Like, as crazy as that sounds, like there are brands that they have that we don't even know about.
You are big muted, dude, for some reason. Mike is
not cooperating.
How about now?
Yeah, we got you now.
Maybe like this. Hello and welcome.
It's just this little green light back here, I think, keeps fidgeting off. But
there you go.
What I did say is that the day that I have an ultra rare Rayquaza, it's over.
I don't even know what that is. I gotta guess Pokemon. So
First edition ultra rare Charizard holographic. That's what I need.
Yeah, there's gonna be an animated interactive one jumping around like,
And we're gonna be dueling in the metaverse.
right.
Pokemon VR, bang, just like Pokemon Go.
Right. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, we should not give them all their ideas. I mean, we got to get a little profit on that one. But I mean,
Gamer, why don't we do one? Let's do one more.
We covered most of the questions. I think the only thing I was going to talk about was, for me, I see us on a little bit of a different level. I'm definitely a little bit more casual into it. I think this conversation is definitely fueling a little bit of, okay, I want to learn more of the outside information. I want to be connected. I want to pay attention to the AMAs. I want to know who the COO is. I want to know who this stuff I'm not really into yet because I can get it from you guys. But I think I was going to ask, is this going to stay casual, or is the increasing user base going to continue to make it a competitive landscape where I think you mentioned the way they're changing the drops does make it a little bit more casual. But if you're going to have fun or success, or because again, you can have whatever success you deem to be success. If I just have some comics I like, then I'm having a good time. But is it getting more competitive as you says it has? Can it stay casual, or is it probably heading to a place where if you're not like taking advantage or loopholing every drop or getting an inside scoop on collectibles, you're not really going to be able to maintain a balance or active in the market, if that makes sense.
You want to lead here?
Yeah, I mean, I think with the new drop mechanics and everything, I don't think it's going to make anything more casual. Just simply, I mean, we touched on it earlier, like the sneaker market. That's how they do sneakers. That's how they do anything of the sort. You do, let's see, pre-sales for concert tickets, pre-sales for anything, tickets for anything. I mean, you're going into a queue, you're waiting. So you got to be dedicated. You got to be. There's people buy Yeezys off the secondary market for thousands of dollars when you can just go in the waiting room and get them yourself. I think it's going to attract more users in the long term, and over time, I think it's going to only increase user base, which will then increase the value of collectibles. With more collectibles, with the higher value of collectibles, people are going to be, buying and selling and trading more. People are going to get interested in the marketplace, and that all translates to Omi burn, which we haven't talked about, but we'll get there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think moving in the right direction, and very happy with how everything's been going.
All right, so Deco, send us home, wrap it in a bow. Jamer, thanks for coming, first guest.
Yep. Again, thank you, Jack. Really appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. This is again Let It Ride. Please follow, like, subscribe to follow our journey. I'm sure we'll have Jack back on if he'll have us. And I'm Brandon. You can find me on most socials at bdeco33.
And I'm Cam Germain at Cam Germain. Jamer, plug yourself. Let's see what we got.
Yeah, I can plug the Instagram at Jack Murray 35. I'm pretty sure the Twitter is Jack Murray 1135. Social media is there. Maybe we'll get a little platform going further for our VeVe collectibles, but
got to get a red circle in your social media name.
Got to get the red circle going.
Yeah.
Still a new user, still learning, still getting adjusted, but a lot of valuable information shared today. And anybody who cares about the topic can pay attention to you guys because you definitely know what you're talking about. So
appreciate it.
Plug for you guys, and it's to the moon.
All righty.
Love it.
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.
Adios.
I'm getting a battle mode ultra rare Voltron today.
Oh my god, dude!
Want that out
so
there.
There's no secret. Interesting. Okay.
No secret.
It might drop a secret like exclusive if we collect all the 5 individuals, whatever, like the mega.
Dude, is this gonna be like Storm though?
Dude, I don't know. I think it might be. I think this might be a quick flip cash grab.
Like if you don't, but I feel like if you don't get a common, it's like, oh, it sucks.
You want?
I mean, your chance of getting a common is only 33% though.
Which is kind of interesting.
I feel like these odds are much higher than usual.
You have a 25% chance of getting a rare.
Right. Like,
Is that all just part of it being a blind box drop, or is that?
there's no secret rare, so the odds kind of get messed up. But I mean, I'm guessing there's not a lot of these being dropped. I don't know the numbers.
It doesn't.
So
look
yeah,
good.
can I? There's this idea of Voltron was created in, I think it's Japan, but Power Rangers completely ripped off Voltron,
Really?
and they did an entire series about like the Power Rangers were like metal, like mythical beasts was the basis of them. Like they would like charge up and turn into these like line figures and then would come together to make a Megazord, but it looks exactly like Voltron. There was a huge battle during like the early 90s.
Yeah, Dico, pull up the calculator on this. But that's interesting about all the Voltron stuff. That's wild.
So
So,
I thought it was, but completely apparently it's not related at all. But well, it is related because they stole the idea and it's the same kind of idea, but
different.
still don't know where this button's gonna be, guys. I don't think it's gonna matter.
I mean, as far as I know, it should be right above the ultra rare battle mode.
I think it's gonna be in between the notify me and the arrow.
See, I'm of the opposite belief. I believe it to be between ultra rare and notify.
I think if my finger is a centimeter from the screen and it pops, I'm gonna press it, and if I don't get it, then
So we have the different belief. It'd be so cool if we could just screen share. I mean, the screen share it and then have it on the computer once they get the internet one working. Or you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's gonna be so hype. We can use the web app.
Right. The
Web app's in production. Can't check.
Right.
that's fire.
Did you guys mess around with the new showroom yet or no?
I just walked through it.
I put in a couple Spideys in the sunset.
Yeah, I saw you looking over the balcony.
I thought that was kind of cool. I was like, all right. Hey, but it didn't look like it was glitching at all. Like I got to put in my Wally. Wally's the one that gave me a tough time in my other showrooms. But if I put him in, it works. I'm like, all right, I'm down. But my other showrooms would crash once I put Wally in. Like Wally's just
Legendary defender.
All right, we gotta go dead silence at 8 seconds.
no. I'm gonna count myself very silent, very quietly. I should say.
I'm just gonna win.
Dude, that was pretty quick. I didn't get it. Didn't get it.
Neither did I.
Got it.
Yeah, of course he did. Dude, I was actually pretty quick with mine. I was kind of surprised I didn't get that. It might tell you which one you got right then and there, DK.
Yeah.
I mean, this is how it works. But again, this is one where I didn't get, so I'm not overly upset about this
Yeah,
one.
life goes on.
Green, ultra rare. Give me something.
It doesn't tell you which rarity?
I mean, it's still loading processing payment, so
Okay.
I have now 47 cents in gems.
Right.
I have.
Did you upload money for this drop?
Yeah, I did.
You bought 15 more or whatever?
No one bought my my Dark Hawk.
Yeah. So unfortunate.
Damn, this is taking so long.
I'm honestly surprised I didn't get it. As crazy as it sounds, I was actually pretty confident with my finger reaction time.
I didn't feel good about mine, but
I got ultra rare. Let's go.
Dude, why is this kid just?
Let's go. 2153 ultra rare. Let's go.
I'm over here struggling to get drops, and every
Bro,
drop
I just can't even. More
power to him. It's not gonna work.
I'm gonna be sick.
Remember when I said I got a feeling that I'm gonna get an ultra rare today? I was talking about you, and this is gonna be a great way to end this video because Deco's just over there celebrating.
Yeah, now we got our title.
Ultra rare.
Wow.
Ultra rare